imagine Becky Schmidt and I have an office across from each other. And so you can just imagine the energy that goes on between our two offices. We argue about what's going on that day. But if I was listening to Bob talk about recruits that you have in mind, if you have any 6'5", 305-pounders that can play offensive line, we'll take them. If you have any guys that come on 4'4" and 40, we'll take those guys too. But we're going to be on the road recruiting those guys as it is. So before I move on, I'm going to introduce our captains that are here. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. If they would please tell us their hometown, their major. Stand up, Mike Steffen, we'll start with you.
Mike Steffen, senior from Belding.
What position?
And I'm center.
And what's your major?
Physical education.
Kurt Gibson, I'm a senior from Climax Scots, business management major, and I'm a safety.
Andy Lucas, senior from McMain, Michigan, business management major, and I also play safety.
And we are missing one of our captains, Aaron O'Mara, who is from Wyandotte Roosevelt, is also one of our captains, 4 captains. Highest honor to be nominated by your buddies, by your teammates. We were picked to finish 6th in the league, which is awesome. I wish we were picked to finish last. Because that provides us a little chip. I guess it's part of my personality, but I believe we have to play this game with a little bit of chip on your shoulder. I say, and I'm not allowed to say this in front of the moms that I speak at the camps to, but it's a vicious, violent game. There's big, strong men that play this game, and yet I think it's also a wonderful game on Saturday. The pageantry of college football on Saturday. You know, high school sports on Friday night, high school athletics, it's phenomenal. It's a community event. And I think Saturday afternoons, and I would be remiss if I didn't say, I feel like I'm bringing up the rear with our coaches that have gone before to say, you know what, one of the things that I believe in here is that we are all about hope. You know, if Becky Schmidt goes on the road to Mount Union and wins, we all win. If Steve Smith in the soccer program wins on Saturday, we all win. Lee Sears in the soccer program, we all win. I believe that. We're all a part of one. We're not our own separate entity. We are part of Hope College, and we represent something that's significant. It means a lot to all of you. That's why you're here. And it means a lot to our players. And so, I guess you can see the fact that I love it that we're picked to finish 6th. We were picked to finish 6th. I may have mentioned that a time or a dozen to our players, because I think you also know that doesn't mean anything. That means absolutely nothing. Because what happens on Saturday, of course, is a culmination of a lot of things. And when I took this program over 7 months ago, I will tell you, it feels like a whirlwind since that time. When Scooney introduced my family and I to the crowd of Hope College and to a new era, it was obviously, I felt so lucky to have left something that I love, but to come here and to enjoy something that is so special to me, and again, so special to a lot of people. But I think the work that has gone in from our players and our coaching staff, and we do have one member of our coaching staff here, Mike Ricketts, our defensive coordinator. Where's Mike? Stand up there, Mike, if you recognize him. Our other coaching staff, Mike's going to be hustling out here back with our coaching staff, back for our staff meetings as we prepare a game plan for Monmouth. Herb Sigler is our offensive coordinator, and Dan Margaret's is our strength and conditioning coach. We have 4 full-time coaches and 5 part-time coaches. But that time that they put in from January, our players from January till June, 92% of our players went up in the strength areas of all 4 areas. They went up. They came back in great shape this summer. Sorry, this fly's flying. They came back in great shape, ready to go. And, you know, I guess that plays into what we're trying to accomplish here, which is, you know, all those things help us prepare. It's a process to get to what happens on Saturday. It doesn't just happen. You can't just flip a switch. It's a process to get you there. So what are you going to see when you look at us on a Saturday afternoon? I'll start with defense. Mike Ricketts has been in college coaching for 26 years. When I took over from Mike Ricketts as a defensive coordinator back in 99, excuse me, and it's no different then than it is today. You're going to see our defense play both an odd and even front. You're going to have a guy lined up on the nose, you're going to have a guy off on the nose. There'll be either 4 front or a 3 front, and we'll play multiple fronts. But the key to that is that our defense plays with an aggressive spirit. We come after you. I like to say that they play with their hair on fire. They play with a lot of aggressive spirit. They get upfield. They like to run and not just sit back and let the offense dictate what we do. And so that's kind of, again, part of my personality. I think part of our team's personality is we're going to play fast, and we're going to see 11 guys to the ball. Hopefully we have to make it look like we're 12 guys to the ball. and that when you face a team that likes to kind of lumber around offensively and try to out zone scheme, big strong guys, we want to be able to beat them with our quickness and our toughness and our aggressive spirit. We have pretty good depth on defense. We return a lot of defensive linemen, have some linebackers and defensive backs that are returning, and so we feel good about where we are defensively. Offensively, totally different look than what you've seen out of Hope College and, well, since the existence of football here. We are going to be up-tempo spread, no huddle. We've been averaging in the neighborhood of 130 to 145 reps in offensive plays during practice. So we're going 100 miles an hour. If we're not going fast enough, well, we're not going fast enough. We need to go faster. We think that that's an advantage to us. We also think that when we would go against the defense, offense versus defense in practice, that kind of plays us into shape, right? We don't have to spend the 10 minutes at the end and run our guys and do sprints, because we expect that we're not walking to any drill. When we get on the green, I say don't walk in the green space. So when you come onto our field, in fact, I've yelled at Tim Schoenfeld, our AD, walked out there and said, don't walk around on our field, you run. Don't walk around. Kirk Brummels and the rest of the administration were wandering around there, and I said, no, you're going to run. We're going to do that the right way. Okay? I'll leave that one there. But we're going to go and we're going to get things done, because we think that's a pace and a tempo that's exciting to watch, but that's exciting to play. We think our players will buy into that. And as a part of that, though, it also can put defenses at a disadvantage. We want to put the offense at an advantage. In other words, what is the defense giving us? And let's dictate what we're going to do based on what we're seeing. And not just, well, let's hope this works. Okay? Now, by the way, before we go into any games, remember, every offensive play is designed to score a touchdown. Did you know that? Every single offensive play is designed to score a touchdown. Every single defensive scheme Coach Ricketts and his staff put out there is designed to stop an offensive play. So every time when you see something happen, oh geez, what happened there? Well, yeah, something went wrong. 11 guys have to orchestrate and execute a play. It's supposed to score a touchdown. If it doesn't, guess what? We get right back in the huddle and do it again. Okay, and the same thing goes with defense. So it'll look different. We in our preseason scrimmages, we always go into the scrimmages and say, all right, if our defense is not ahead of the offense, we got a problem. Like in other words, if offense just runs down the field and scores every time, we got a problem. Because offense is always the last thing. The offense starts with the offensive line. Mike Steffen is a starting center, and he is, I'll tell you what, if I were a middle school principal today, I'd hire him right now. So by the way, find a job for this young man. He is one of the best. And I can say that about all our guys. But Mike Steffen leads the offensive line, and that is always the last group to come. Look around college football. I want you to look at a roster of college football. They usually start juniors and seniors on the offensive line. Why? Because they're grown men. They're 20, 21, 22, 23 years old. They're big, strong men. Mike checks in at about 280 pounds. He looks like he's 250. He can run. Okay, he's strong. It's a thankless job to do what those guys do, but that's why it's always the last thing to come. We open, obviously, this week with Monmouth. It's Community Day. I know we are the only sport of Hope College in town. So every single one of you has a responsibility, and that's to get about 10 people to come with you. Promise me that. Every single one of you will get about 10 people to come with you. Because you all can serve as the 12th man for us. The 12th man on Saturday afternoons, which is exciting. 78 degrees game time temperature. Should be beautiful. Droppers is staying in town, not going back to Orlando. He's going to be there with, well, of course, half of the Droppers family, which is about 75. If you go 50% of it, will be here. But we need all of you there in your support, because what I do know, and I recognize this, is that the welcoming and just the unbelievable outpouring of support that so many of the Hope community have shown us, shown our program, our players, and our family has been unbelievable. But on Saturday, now we get to put it all to work and see what we can do. I can guarantee this, our kids will play hard. They will play fast, they will play hard, and they will do it the right way. They will represent you well. I guarantee you that. I will never guarantee the outcome. I'll tell you that they will play hard, they will play fast, and they will represent Hope College and the Hope Nation with the highest level of class. Do you have any questions?